Chill. Oh, stick dog, baby. Oh, it's Mr. Madness, baby. Marbury, Dick Jones, and now they call me Fire. That's right, yeah, that's what they call me now. Fire. Oh, come on, chill. If you're gon' store something, store it. I thought I told you. You don't want it with me, dog. West side be the hardest, regardless of all of the stress and strife. I'ma try to hold on to my precious life. So if the cops come around to arrest us, right, yo, they better be prepared for a fight tonight. Cause if it's on and something ain't right in here, I'ma do my best to make one of them disappear. So if it's clear, keep it moving, shawty. Cause we didn't come here to fight, yo, we just came to party. Then take somebody home, cause we just trying to keep it crunk tonight. And anybody out of line getting stumped tonight. That's right. So don't let the suits fool you, cause I got something out in the trunk to shoot through you. It's funny cause I ain't got nothing to prove to you, and you don't really want it with me, dog, now do you? Oh, why you wanna play them games? Stop playing them. Why you wanna hate on me? Why you hating, dog? I just wanna do my thing. You wanna do me, man? Why you wanna hate on me? Chill. I'm not the one to blame. Don't blame me, man. Why you wanna hate on me? Ain't a damn thing gon' change, so why you wanna hate on me? Why you hating on me? I don't understand. Could it be because your girl think that I'm the man? Or could it be because your mom is my biggest fan? And your sister keeps saying, can she touch my hand? Dog, I don't even want no beat. And I don't think you really wanna see me on those streets. I don't think you wanna see me pull in front of your place with the heat and pull that thing out in front of your face. See, every different place I hit, 6 chicks wanna roll. But it ain't because of me, it's cause my record went gold. But back then when I couldn't get no show, that's the same time when I couldn't get no hoe. But now I'm putting up AI type figures. Now I got these white girls saying I like niggas. I'm guessing that's what happens when you're rhyme type nigga. That's why I'm trying to stay up in the limelight, nigga. Jigga. Why you wanna play them games? Why you playing, dog? Oh, why you hate, man? I just wanna do my thing. I just wanna why you wanna hate on me? What? I'm not the one to blame. I'm not. Hey, wait a minute. I ain't not the one to blame. Ain't a damn thing gon' change. So ain't it gon' change? Why you wanna hate on me? Why you wanna play that game? Every time you do a song, you gotta say my name. I was letting it go, but now I gotta put a stop to that. Cause fake rappers get popped for that, and they gon' have to call the cops for that, black nigga. Cause when it's problems, I'm on top of that. I keep a strap like a dyke do down in Midtown. If you're standing around, then you're bound to get clown. So duck down, dog, cause these jokers is wild. But they can do nothing to me but have a coconut smile. I know they foul, even though most of them hitting the white line. They might write tight lines, yeah, but they ain't like mine. So please, dog, don't even compare yourself. And you can talk about it if you ain't been near yourself. So if you want a battle, you better prepare yourself. I have your ass get to dare yourself, fake ass niggas. Oh, why you wanna play them games? Why you playing them? Why you wanna hate on me? Why me, dog? I just wanna do my thing. I just wanna do me, man. Why you wanna hate? Why you hate, man? I'm not the one to blame. I ain't not the one to blame on me. Ain't a damn thing gon' change. So why you wanna hate on me? Why you wanna play them games? Why you wanna hate on me? Why you hating, man? I just wanna do my thing. I just wanna do me, man. Why you wanna hate on me? I just wanna do me. I am not the one to blame. Oh, ain't a damn thing gon' change. So why you wanna hate on me? Dog. Oh, why you hate, man? This goes out to everybody that hate. Fire and ice, baby. It ain't no, it really ain't no limit right here. I just really don't understand why you hating or why she hating. Why that nigga over there hating? Wait a minute. Everybody talking about niggas hating. Niggas don't hate no more, man. Niggas just disgruntled. Niggas just disgusted with you. Man, I just don't even understand how this all goes down. Niggas don't hate no more, man. Niggas just mean, oh my God. Woo!
Yeah. That's super dope. Are we in the building yet?
Chill.
Oh, hold on. I don't know. We give them another minute to get on and stuff. Appreciate everybody that comes through on this thing and rocks with us on this impromptu. We just figured we get right to it and you know, kind of talk about some real shit like how we do best. So what we have here is Mama D, a little scrappy, confronted his mom pretty much about his upbringing and the stuff that he went through. And it's something that I know that we've touched on before, as far as just a lot of the shit that black men have to deal with. And yet, you know, we kind of have to just stomach it. You know, and we don't get to we don't really get to vent. We don't really get to say anything. We don't, you know, it's also that thing to where that dynamic to where we talk about how black men or black boys kind of grow up, and it's like regardless, it's just like it's all the honor in the world for mom despite the situation. And we know vice versa, if it was put on the father in the same fashion like that, it would be a wrap. Like, you know, it wouldn't be no coming back for dad. You know, dad wouldn't be shit. But before I, you know, start going off, I want to I'm gonna bring up the video, and you know, we'll kind of react to it in real time, because I just thought it was really fascinating. You know, just how it all kind of went down. I think it really highlights a lot of shit that we do or that we deal with in society. So let's pull that up.
You. That's disrespectful. I never told you. I just I hang up.
Yeah, but I hang up.
But you know your mama crazy. No. But Mama, okay. You know you crazy. But I love you.
Kim, sit down now.
You talking about hiding?
I ain't got none. You bring all my sketches out. You can make all of them out. Cause I don't lie. I don't pretend. I don't live beyond my means. None of that.
What? No. First of all, hey, cuz, I don't even talk to your mother.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. You
dick. You a weird mama, cuz. You a weird mama. You a weird mama, cuz. You a weird person, cuz. I know I'm weird, cuz. I know I'm weird. Cuz I got it from you. I got it from you.
We didn't do. I was telling him I didn't do that. You guys have weird issues, but counseling helps.
At the end of the day, I'm annoyed, I'm hurt, but it takes two to make it get better.
Can I talk to you though?
So I decided to pull him aside because it's about our relationship as mother.
Okay, so I don't know. Dope, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you know, just jumping into that, we already seen whatever, there was some sort of tension going on, and you can already see just. I mean, I used to watch Love and Hip Hop back in the day, but this is my first time ever seeing, you know, Scrappy kind of, you know, that.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, that and like just that overall frustrated, you know, or just showing, that vulnerability, just especially towards his mom. Yeah. So, shit, let's bring that shit back.
And son, I want to talk to you because I felt like you're my son. I think you was very mistreating of me.
Oh, my mother hurt me every day.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? When you speak lies or you speak stuff that's not coming from my mouth.
You do things and you don't apologize because you cuss me out in my face.
I never did you like you did me and my sister when we was kids.
Yeah, I cussed my mom out, man. You know what I'm talking about? Man, you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like mom do deserve it. I mean, she always messing with me and Bam, but at some point, enough is enough. You know, this is not normal. Like, regular moms don't do this. And
Yo. Did he just say that he had to tell people that his mom was his sister when they were kids?
Whoa, I didn't catch that. Rewind that back.
Hold on, let me rewind that shit back. Hold on.
I thought he said him and his sister. I think he just said him and his sister.
Okay, yeah, I will hold. I'm gonna take it back.
Yeah, me and my sister when we was kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
All
cussed
right.
my mom out,
Okay.
man. Come out, man, you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like mom do deserve it. I mean, she always messing with me and Bam, but at some point, enough is enough. You know, this not normal. Like, regular moms don't do this. And after this, it's gonna be a real big boundary because I came from a broken home and I'm trying to break the generational curse. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have something new happen, something real happen. Who always been the gratefulest kid and told you I appreciate
You were
that.
grateful until a year ago.
No, I just don't take disrespect from my mama because she
I don't
come.
disrespect.
You always disrespect. Like I grew up in that. I grew
I'm not perfect.
in a total. You feel what I'm saying? Like I grew up for real hard. You know what I'm saying? Mama was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? So me and my sister was raised around whores and crack pipes, and this is what you seeing, this is what you finding. Is gunshots going on. I thought it was normal. I'm not gonna ever.
That's the cold thing about this whole thing. Shit, like what I tell you and shit, he lightweight. By hood standards, he lightweight dry snitching. But this shit is what that is all kinds of endangerment, abuse, and all that type of shit.
To a child, to a minor,
He just now getting into it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Try to manipulate no situations to my kids up.
I don't.
You do.
No, I don't. I tell your truth.
But you're not. It's not on you to tell my truth. That you tell your own damn truth. You don't even know all my truths.
Don't you?
You don't even know all my truths. You don't even know all my truths.
You don't talk to me like that.
I talk with respect. I'm saying all this with respect. I said
I'm gonna sit right here.
a certain like I'm talking a certain way. I'm being a man. She's not respecting me as a man because she's telling me you can't talk like you can't say that. No, if you don't give respect, you don't get it. I don't care who you are.
Respect.
I mean, how much stuff she tell me? She said, she done told me you. That's disrespect.
One thing I did want to talk about too is what he mentioned in the beginning of all the drama between him and his wife and how he's trying to break the whole
generational
cycle.
curse.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a huge topic alone. Just like you'll see black men or just black people in general ask, like, in what order do people come in? Is it, and they'll put your kids, your wife, and your mom, and whatever, like your sister or something up in 4 boxes, and then you're supposed to arrange the order. And often you have a lot of black people
choose their kids first.
Either that or they put their mama first, but their wife and their family primarily is always on the back burner. Yeah, it's second to everything. Yeah. And so seeing him kind of acknowledge this and kind of stand up for his wife in this situation, like that's something real important to see, and that I wish that niggas would really get from this shit. Like when you get married, your wife, when you think of the Trinity or whatever, and this ain't even on no religious shit, you and your wife are at the top. You have your kids, your family and everything. Like you cling to your significant other, you cling to your wife, your husband and shit. Like your parents they don't have that same space. They can't come in and disrupt and disrespect and create turmoil on what you have building. If you're allowing that, then you definitely out of pocket. And a lot of motherfuckers are way too religious and to not know that, and to constantly act out of God's will in that regard. So it's crazy. Like it's cool to actually see him finally, I guess, speaking up. Because it'll probably change the dynamic in this household. But let's see. But yeah.
I never told mom. I ain't gonna.
But you know your mama crazy.
No. But
mama, then you know you.
And then niggas got to stop doing that shit. Like, I feel like Kirk kind of stepped in to offer the excuses or to offer a pass. It's that calm down. What do you call it when you have that motherfucker to come in to kind of police the situation unnecessarily to make sure you don't say anything or whatever? Like come on, like it get to a point sometimes with like certain motherfuckers, they just gotta hear shit. Like hold on, you remember the Vin Raines meme where he was holding baby boy's mom back in the kitchen, like, nah, they need to hear this. Like, Mama D need to hear this.
You crazy.
Yeah.
But I love you.
Jim,
Cause
sit
you be
down
hiding,
now.
You hide, Joe. You talking about hiding, right?
I got no. You bring all my skeletons out. You can bring all of them out. I don't lie. I don't pretend. I don't live beyond my means. None of that.
What?
No.
Hold on. First of all, hey, cuz, that's why I don't even talk to your mother.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. You
Cause you a weird mama,
You
cuz. You a weird mama. You a weird mama, cuz. You a weird person, cuz. I know I'm weird, cuz. I know I'm weird. Cause I got it from you. I got it from you.
Hey, what happened, Scrappy?
What happened with what?
She really hurt, though. She really.
I'm gonna talk. Me and my sister hurt too.
Wow.
I don't do that. You. I don't tell your mother business. I don't go out in the street and tell people who you really is.
Mama, did you hear how he feel though? He say he should be able to talk to you, and you should be able to tell nobody what he say.
Hey man.
Mama, did your son hurt? Mama, did go hug your child? He hurt. I'm hurt.
You hurt. Hold on, you hurt.
He hurt.
Go blame that on your mama. Go blame that on your daddy. Go blame that on your mama and your daddy. I ain't do nothing to you. I'm your mother child. I'm your child. Nah, cause I never let these people, man. Hey, cuz.
Your son is hurt.
You need to count ability to
Real.
How is accountability when you raise him?
I've been living my whole life like this.
Hold on. I need a second. Man. Give me a second.
I feel his shit, man. Oh man.
Yeah, I had to cut that shit off for a second. That is.
It touches the soul. Do you hear me? Like it touches you. Like,
Man, I don't even know what the fuck to start. That wow. Man. It's almost like a type of imprisonment. How Scrappy has to be around our age group, right?
Yeah.
40s, early 40s or whatever. That looks like he's been sitting on that for so long. Like at that, like you could just see the combustion. I don't know, some of this shit just ain't for TV to me. Like some of this shit should really be behind the scenes type shit. Like this should have happened anywhere. And this is what these shows kind of, thrive off of, and it's sad, but it's still a teachable moment nonetheless. But damn, I kind of wish this wasn't on the TV show. But okay.
It's like therapy. Like he really needs therapy. Like he needs them tools so he can let that frustration out correctly without getting anger and not getting emotional when he's feeling a certain way. Like he really needs to understand how to talk, but he can't because he's been around a woman. So his traits are feminine to some sort. Like,
sense.
Yeah, like he's punching, he's throwing shit. That's a feminine trait. Only reason why I can acknowledge that because that's how I used to be. I used to, if anybody said something, I'll throw something, I'll get mad, I'll punch something, I'll do anything because that's a feminine trait. Men should be able to talk, use our brains, and only time we should be able to fight if it's going to war. Now, boys, yeah, but he's an adult now, so he should be learning how to talk, and all of that build up and being raised by a woman. This is what you get.
But that's that prison. You know what I'm saying? People they would never speak up against their mom. Remember what I told you what I said, a lot of the time, like, you know, how the dad, they'll catch so much shit for not being there. And a lot of the time, the dad that wasn't there was better than the mom who was.
Correct.
The mom that's there does more damage than the dad that left. And people don't ever. All right, we're going to try to get back into this, and we're going to get through it, because this shit is kind of hard to fucking watch. And just like Jeff, shout out to Jeff Short in the building with us. Just like you said, like you can't fake that. And we know how they shoot these scenes and all that shit. There's certain shit where it's just like, yo, like, come on, like, it just seems too real for fucking TV. Like, this is something that honestly I wish we would have like heard about in the tabloids or some shit like that. But nonetheless.
That's your I don't have nobody. You understand it?
Bro. Damn, Mama D.
I'm just sitting there listening to her, and I hear she only worried about herself.
Bro. Damn, Mama D.
And what we say about that? it don't be our feelings, emotions, and all that. It don't matter at all, and we picked that up from an early age. He's just recognizing it now in this moment of rage or whatever, that is he's not getting anything for that hurt that he's just been carrying. Man, it's we'll get back into it.
No,
hold on. And I ain't got.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, he's getting blamed for his hurt. Like, you see how she acting like he's getting blamed for the way how he's feeling. That's foul. Somebody that raised you, that put you in a certain environment, and now you feel a certain way, they blame you for you feeling that way.
But how often does that happen, though? And you know what it's like dealing with these type of narcissistic type people. Like, this is a common thing. Like, we're seeing it. But I always like to tell people, because people be like, oh man, they celebrities, that's rich people business, all that shit.
No,
a lot of the time, right? A lot of the time, these celebrities, they really highlight issues that are really actually common. But because they have a spotlight, they put a different spotlight on the issue. So on one end, we're talking about, you know, what's going on with Scrappy and his mom in one sense, but we're also speaking to a bigger, widespread issue that just, it doesn't get addressed. It doesn't get talked about. Most people, whoever in the reach of this video, anybody that sees this video, you'll probably never build up the courage to confront your mom. Like, people that grow up in single mom households and stuff, you'll probably never build up the courage to address your mom and hold her accountable for a lot of the shit that you either went through, or a lot of the just the breaks in your personality and stuff. You'll never have that courage. And you're seeing an example of it here when that all builds up and that blows up, because even though you have every excuse in the world, you know, daddy wasn't there or whatever the hell you come up with, regardless, you're there for your children. You have a responsibility to your children.
Yeah.
And all the other shit don't matter when, you know, you create turmoil and hell for your kids.
That's true.
But all right, we're gonna try to dive back into this shit, man.
And nothing else to say about that. Her. I don't even want to talk about her no more.
Mama D, that up, Mama D. And y'all ain't finna come to me because y'all know what I know. Ain't nothing about me coming to you. That boy hurt for real. He tired of that.
Your family's business, it should be your family's business.
But guess what he said to me?
It don't matter what he said. What are you going to take accountability for?
Everybody in the group feels like it's my fault for telling Scrappy business. But, you know, when it comes down to my son, I say what the I want. And if it's a lie, guess what? It came out Scrappy's mouth. I'm just saying. I'm not being...
I'm not being messy. Like, what the fuck is she? I that shit is just weird. Just is zero regard. But there we go. Just no regard at all for this motherfucker's just his feelings, his business, or whatever. Just I'm the mama. I'm gonna say what I want when it
Want to
comes to
say,
him.
yep.
Right? Shit's wild. Hold on.
You need to talk to your son. Like, do you see how he's acting and doing all that?
Yes.
And he got some trauma.
I have always tried to be respectful of his mom, no matter what she has done. At this point, I mean, I think we're just beyond all of her BS.
I'm 58. I talk to who I want to talk to. I pay my own
Yeah,
bills.
because you selfish.
Right.
You're not trying to be a mama. You're trying to be a socialite.
Yeesh.
Woo!
Yeesh.
Woo! Talk that shit, Bonnie.
Oof. I'm saying she has an opportunity here to begin to offer maybe a bit of healing to her, to her son, but she's focused more on herself. Now she's talking about, shoot, I pay my own bills, I do this, and that. And I mean, just seeing her in other forms of media, I mean, we already know what we're dealing with here. Like, this lady has like a very people like to throw that word around so loosely, but it's very narcissistic, very selfish type personality. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah.
Mama D, Bambi definitely has a point. You're definitely trying to be a social light. You are wanting to be more than a celebrity than what Lil Scrappy is. And for you to not understand the betrayal that your son is feeling and experiencing in this moment really speaks volume on your mental health. And it shows us, the spectators, why he has this built up, pent up trauma. He's basically saying he was raised in a whorehouse. He saw prostitutes coming in and out. And then as he's explaining this to you, you just snap. I believe that was not the time for Shakana to be all screaming in the background. Mama D, your son is hurt. Duh, lady, we get that. We see that. We know that. She understands that. If you are genuinely trying to diffuse the situation, Shakana, pull Mama D to the side. Try to pull Scrappy to the side. Don't sit and scream from the stands. Yo,
old girl makes a good point.
I don't know.
and
I don't know. Because in that type of situation, my bad. In that type of situation, she's screaming because she's trying to let Mama D know, like, look, your son is hurt. Because Mama D seems like she doesn't acknowledge that he is hurt. If she does, then that means she just don't give a fuck.
But that's the thing to me. A lot of the time, they don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. And this is something that the black community, like black men, young black boys, they'll never fucking call out openly. And people be like, oh, what the fuck you mean and shit with me saying it like that. But a lot of the time, like, this is such a reality. They don't give a fuck. I'm trying to find the clip where he really went off, because I don't think the part where he went off and broke down everything. So hold on.
No, he did. Oh, you talk. He said the trap house thing, right?
I don't think so. Hey, I'll show you. There was one where they came face to face. I could be tripping, but it was one like climactic part that's been kind of circling and doing rounds online. So I'm gonna try to bring that up.
Okay.
But yeah, but that's a thing too, man. At a lot of the time, a lot of these single moms, like, they don't give a shit whatsoever, and they're never called out on it.
Correct.
And then we're also in a time to where, just women in general are just beyond reproach. And it's unfortunate, man. I'm gonna bring this shit up and we can get into it like that. Hold on, let me see. That was on my timeline somewhere. Here we go.
Yeah. Amaya. Yeah, I was driving. Yeah, Jeff Short said it was toxic. Yep. Years built up
Man.
frustration. Correct. You're right. You can't fake that. That was all. Man, I've been through that same situation, so I know. I felt it.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
I'm slow. I'm slow as hell on this shit.
You straight. Man, this was. Yeah, so if you're watching this right now, go ahead and hit that likes. Hit them likes. Subscribe.
I grew up in a whorehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it fine. Go ahead.
All right, dope. Okay, cool. All right, no doubt.
I grew up in a whorehouse. I grew up in a trap house.
Yep.
So all you did what you had to do, but imagine you never had
child
to,
point of view.
You
How
never
you
had to
look at
sleep
it.
with your mama 24/7 because you couldn't go in your room.
Okay.
You never had to walk in on mother dope.
Yeah.
You never had to walk in on mother just you know what I'm saying? The way I was raised, I had to deal with that because everything that happened, I had to deal with that. And I'm still dealing with it because ain't nobody come and take me to give me no help. Ain't nobody got me no help. I learned about that when I got older.
Okay. So do you
know this real, cuz like this this in my head, my whole life, in my head. The I go through, I can't even go to her, she hard. I can't go to you hard. So I'm on the concrete, my granddaddy ain't that hard.
Wow.
But guess what? And I ain't taking nothing from you because you put me there. You put money in my you gave me to help my rap career and all that.
And then you just see like the reaction, just like the wow, like no fucks given. So even in this moment, like you can see, he's already starting to like kind of like reel it in because he's not going to get any type of consolation or anything out of this fucking situation.
Yep.
And that's wild to me that, you know, that you could look into your mom's eyes and shit just completely hurt and that don't melt her fucking heart. Cause I know great mothers and their child being in pain is like their kryptonite. And she could just sit there after causing that. And then you know it's fucked up because even all the other female cast members around them
are acknowledging that.
They're listening and they're like, yo, like what the fuck? Like that's extraordinary circumstances. And like I said, like I said earlier, and shit like kind of joking and shit by street sense, because all these people act like, you know, street niggas and shit. He dry snitching. Like this shit is horrible.
Yeah.
Fucking crack houses and all that shit. Like, yo, a father would never live it down. Could you imagine? I couldn't even imagine if he was talking to his father about this and that was his attitude. It'd probably be a fight.
Oh yeah, you know it would have been a fight.
Yeah, them niggas would have been rolling on the floor. Like that's what I'm saying. This shit is so fucked up just to watch how just cold and callous that she is with it. And then I don't know the lady's name, but she kind of hit it on the head. Like she's more focused on you know, kind of capitalizing because of the position that he put the family in. She wants to be a socialite. And it's just like, man, dude, like certain shit, man, when it comes to money, fame and shit, like a lot of that shit don't matter. At the end of the day, all we have is fucking love and just the shit that's real, man. Like you can't take money with you when you're gone. But oddly enough, you could take the love and just the positive shit that you love, or even the negative shit. Like that's the
Yeah, you
shit
can
that
take.
you can, yeah, that's the shit that you can take with you when you're gone. When you're gone and people think about you and shit, and it's joy in their heart, it's happiness, it's comfort. Or when you leave and shit, it's motherfuckers like, yo, man, that motherfucker, what a mother,
For
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? But that's it. Like that's all you have. All this other shit in the world that everybody is so caught up on and shit, whether it be the money, the fame, fucking social media likes, whatever. Like that shit don't matter. And it's just
At
crazy
all.
to yeah, it's just crazy to see it just in a minute. It like in that moment, she could just say, like, yo, fuck all this other shit. Because it's bigger. Like Scrappy's hurt in this moment is bigger than Love and Hip Hop. It's bigger than VH1, Mona Scott, and all that stuff. Like it's a real moment that unfortunately got caught on tape, I believe, or for the camera. Yeah, let me I'll finish it out and then we'll wrap up what we thinking.
But ain't
Okay.
nobody do that but you. So I love my mama
It's okay though.
and I love my wife.
Yeah. But I love you.
You feel me?
Son. But this is my baby. I just can't change his diaper.
Right.
I hope it goes further than this show. I hope he really gets the help. I hope she really gets the help so they can learn how to communicate, so they can learn how to use the proper tools to go through this situation so their kids and their kids can don't have to deal with this, like this curse, this this mindset can end right here on this show, and they can, what I'm saying, pursue and prosperity and move forward from this and learn from this situation. Because this man,
No,
this is every
there
day for
was
black people
right. There was no closure right there.
at all.
Yeah, and I don't know. It could be due to poor editing because they got to chop that shit up, and there was probably a lot of shit that went on in between because it seemed like he kind of went from one gear to a lower gear kind of quick. So it could be
Yeah.
poor editing just to make it seem like, oh man, everything's great and shit. Shit is not great. Like there's definitely something for their situation. Like there's definitely something more there, but it speaks to our people and a real common problem that we have. And it just comes down to like when you try to call a lot of these women out on this shit. We spend so much time and shit. We got all the fucking Dear Mama songs in the world and I Love My
Mm-hmm.
Mama songs and all that shit. And a lot of the time these motherfuckers are growing up in these same type of conditions.
Correct.
At the same time and shit, we got these same type women and shit telling the world that they don't need us.
Yes.
It's a crazy just amount of chaos that people are just willing to fucking live in. And I don't know, somebody has to start speaking to these fucking topics even more. Or
Yeah.
it's just one of them things that either we're gonna, as a people, we're either gonna grow from this situation, these type of situations, or like grow from these type of things, recognize them, call them out, and then change them. Or then, man, you give it like 50 years and shit, man, black people are the fuck up out of here. We have too many things that have been deemed normal in our communities that other people don't experience.
Yeah.
And even when some of us hear them, like how you seen all the girls crying in the background, when we get a gist of it, it's like, yo, it's so fucking shocking to people who even had a remotely normal life as a black person. Like, damn, like, are you serious? And then for her to be able to just stand there like, yo, like, how the fuck can you even? I don't even know how you sleep comfortable at night. Like, I have I had my daughter. I couldn't imagine bringing her up in situations to where she's fucking scared. She doesn't know. She's uncertain. She's unsafe, like literally unsafe because of where I have her. I remember growing up and feeling unsafe and scared and not knowing who was coming in and out of the house and shit like that. I don't know. That shit did something to me to never repeat it. So I don't get how somebody could see their kid in that much fucking pain and just not give a fuck. But it's not new. It's not surprising.
Yeah, you're right. It's not new and it's not surprising.
Yeah, this shit's fucking wild.
So, and I hope this video helps somebody too, because all the people watching these memes, I hope people ain't making fun of it. Like, this is real shit. This is, man, this is mental health at its finest.
So let me see something real quick. Since you just said that.
On both parts.
That is a good thing. Understand. There's trauma and hurt. Okay, let me see. We got some comments.
Okay, let me see.
So we have one comment. She looks like a black woman. Her comment. It says, I understand his trauma and hurt, but as a grown-up, when does he plans to seek out counseling for himself? Your mama hurt you. Your wife not as supportive as you would like her to be, but you love them both, want them to get along, and you want to get some closure and heal from your childhood hurt. Okay, when are you going to seek out the therapy you need to stop dragging your mama through the hurt over and over again? I'm sure she is not proud of her past and feels bad. And that speaks to what I was saying about, well, I know hold on. I was just going to say that it's just weird that naturally, like, when shit like this happens, we're able to look past the pain in this motherfucker's face exuding from his fucking soul. And then we go into the defense for the ain't shit mama. Every fucking time. Every fucking time.
Yeah. Like, come on. It's like men are supposed to not have emotion.
Nope.
If we do feel a certain way, we don't, my bad, we don't dwell in it. We just, and they don't really want us to acknowledge it with feeling. They just want us to just say, hey, poker face, hey, this, I'm hurt. Let me go on. Let me go do the tools. Let me go do the work. No, it's not like that. I feel pain just like how you feel pain.
Yeah, there's no fucks given.
We the same thing.
I'm scared to go into these comments. These motherfuckers are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers are stupid.
This lady actually touched
over
on
and over and over again.
Right, but it's like, but fuck the whole the fuck his childhood, and then all the years that he's had to swallow that and internalize it with no outlet for it. Like, yeah, you could go get counseling, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure any reasonable counselor is gonna say, like, yeah, but you got to get this from your mom. You gotta go get some closure from your mom. You gotta talk to your mom. There's a point in that counseling session where that talk is coming regardless. You just don't get to excuse mama, let her skate, and then go seek counseling outside of her. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, it's always a way to give women a pass instead of just saying, like, God damn. Like, females talk all this shit night and day. Like, yo, they don't need men. They strong and they independent. And the main thing that they out here doing and shit is raising motherfuckers up in pure hell, raising their sons to be pure fags, or raising their fucking daughters to be even more trifling than they are to carry on the next generation. And it's no accountability. It's to the point to, like, I can't believe almost actually, like, I'm about to get pissed. Because I can't believe actually that this motherfucker sat here and watched this shit. You watched it and whatever, just like we all seen that the segment. You watched it, and then that's what she came up with. What he's putting his mom through. Forget what you just heard. We worried about what he's putting his mom through now and telling him like, oh, he grown. Tell him to like, yo, you can't make this shit up, man, with these fucking females.
Let's just make it easy. She put him through that trauma. He wouldn't even dealt with that trauma if it wasn't because of her. So yeah, he gonna keep putting it because he doesn't know how to deal with the trauma. Like if you're always been hard in your life and people make fun of you for going through mental health, because mental health really just got acknowledged, just got popular for black people to even go to therapy.
Right.
So
there was no fucking therapy for us and shit like this, especially for black men. Like, I know like black women be like, oh, because they go through different shit too as well, and all that shit. But man, I really try to explain to a lot of women that as black men, it's one thing to feel like nobody gives a fuck as a black woman, but still have this. There's a certain level of like just. Care, I think, for women all around, regardless, even in the worst situations. Like, as a man, nobody gives a flying fuck how you feel
at all
about anything. Nothing.
Nada.
There's not
Nada.
a zero fuck. How you look today and shit, and we got all these stupid ass movements and shit to appease fat women or to appease women for this and that or whatever the hell they're going to. Men have none of that because throughout the history of time, ain't nobody ever gave a fuck about what men are going through. We are supposed to fucking lace up our goddamn boots and stomp that shit out and shut the fuck up. If you hurt, swallow it, wipe it off, brush it off, get up, keep going. That's it. There's nobody's trying to take the time out to fucking listen. Yeah. None of that shit. And I be telling females, y'all think y'all want equality and y'all want that shit. Well, what men got, the suicide rate would fucking go through the roof if women had to actually live under the same type of fucking standard that men become accustomed to.
Correct.
To the point that they can grow up in these fucking crazy situations and still be reluctant or kind of held back to express to their mom the damage that she's fucking done. Daddy don't get that kind of. We gonna tell daddy he wasn't shit every time.
Yeah.
You can't, male or female child ain't got no problem making sure daddy know he wasn't shit. Letting daddy know when he missed fucking Christmas or letting daddy know and shit what the fuck he did wrong. I don't know what it is. Ain't nobody ever scared of fucking daddy's feelings. Ain't nobody ever taken up for daddy's feelings about how daddy felt when he decided to leave. No, we ain't got no fucking type of, we'll look at it like this. And now, oh man. It just, and I'm kind of scared to go through the rest of these fucking comments after that because I can't believe that this is the fucking first comment that I saw.
Let's get a little bit more before we get off.
Okay. There's another chick, another black woman, black queen. Everybody is judging Mama D, saying she is emotionless or that she's not listening. Truth is, nobody knows her. I'm glad Scrappy felt comfortable enough to talk in the room where he was being supported. He was comfortable to speak and let it out. Let's focus on that. Hopefully this conversation will bring healing to him and his family unit. Nah. And then that's kind of like let's not bring down Mama D because she's a woman. Let's focus on the fact that he was able to at least get that out. Like, man, anything to avoid the accountability.
You know it.
This lady looks Hispanic, and of course she's gonna fucking make that's just disappointing. That I would just love to read a comment from a sister first that was like, oh no, just speaking sense, but we just never get that. But
Yeah, we don't.
she said, that's sad. He can't go to neither one of them to vent and cry. You should always be there for your husband and son when they need someone to cry to. They have feelings, emotions too. Poor guy. I hope he was able to let it all out.
He picked his mama. That's the problem. And what I mean by he picked his mama towards his wife.
Oh yeah. And
It's sad
yeah.
Yeah, it's sad to say, but it happens all the time. That's what a man wants. Like a woman, she picks her father majority of the time, and a man picks his mother because that's his first love.
Right. And peep this. Okay, one lady, sister, I call out her name, Yamini Watts. She said, two most important women in his life, and he called them both hard. Yikes. And that was really deep. The motherfucker said, like, yo, man, like I'm on the concrete.
Correct.
It's so important that even men as well have that cushion or just that space to be vulnerable when they need to be and be picked back up.
Yeah.
Like that's why we be checking out the fucking the fastest.
Correct.
It ain't because we do stupid shit. Like we carry that shit. That shit is like a cancer, and it'll eat the fuck away at you. And if you can't deal with those type of emotions correctly, and a lot of the time, no, you can get therapy, but at the end of the day, you need that closure from the people that cause that hurt if you can get it.
Yeah.
So check out with dude Ben B. He said, I go through this every day in my mind. I love my OG regardless, but mentally I've always been damaged inside while she got on with her life. Wow. And what I just say, there nobody's gonna. He came to Facebook with it, but he ain't gonna go to his mom and say that.
Yeah.
Like he gonna eat it. And this creates even more of the cycle when we don't call this type of shit out. Because it's like I was saying, man, we have no problem. And you see it now with the statistics and shit. They're saying that 2-parent households is up like 70% or some shit like that. I think like over the time and stuff with the way men have been kind of like beat down and labeled, I think it just caused a lot of men to really step it up and strive to even be better. Even better than the narrative, even if the narrative was kind of skewed or kind of like false. But it's like through time, there's never been this for women. Like nobody calls this shit out. They just deal with it like my dude Ben B. Mom just moved on with her motherfucking life. He grown, but he's still dealing with shit he'll never be able to get past and shit if he doesn't get that type of closure and counseling and just something. And that's sad. Who knows how that shit goes on, like how that affects him with his kids or his family or, him trying to have a wife. Like you would just never know.
You're right.
Okay, shit. So far, okay. Okay, we willing back in. There's maybe hope for Black women. It's time we start having these types of conversations. So much healing can come from this. Mama D did the best she could parenting. No, Mama D did the best she could. Parenting doesn't come with a manual. Okay, hold on. I got to stop right there because parenting don't come with the damn manual. But having your kids exposed to crack house and pimping and whores and shit, come on, bruh. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, I was about to give this lady fucking credit, but there we go again with the pacifying and patching up and making excuses. Like, nah, she's done with that dumb shit. Parenting don't come with a manual, but there's some basic fucking shit that we can all agree with here. Like, come on. Why is it so hard to hold ancient mothers accountable?
Shit, I don't know, bro. I don't get it. To that person, why the fuck are we having kids for then? Let's
Did
be
the
let's
best
be
you, if
100%
the
honest.
if the best you could do is a fucking crack house and your kids seeing all the fucking whores and pimps and prostitution ring that you running and shit, bruh.
I don't think you should have had kids then.
I'm just saying, like, goddamn, like, did these motherfuckers watch the same clip that we just watched?
Look, man.
What the fuck? Like, and I just, man, this is what. Oh, yo, this is what I be talking about when I be like, when I told you, they're all in sync with each other.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how fucking wrong
they are. Yeah,
like, god damn, did the best she could do. Fuck, man, like, I don't know, man. It's just starting to fucking. That's why I don't even be on Facebook like that anymore and shit, because you just feel your IQ being fucking sucked down and shit. The more you fucking talk to these goddamn people and like just deal with them.
correct.
Let's see. Think Mama D is hurting from things as.
Obviously, she's hurt because she look at what she put through her son. I know people know the phrase "hurt people hurt people." It just doesn't go to somebody picking on you. No, it goes to your parent. If their parent was hurt, then majority of the time their kids are going to be hurt.
I can't believe that I'm reading these fucking comments and they're making excuses.
People
They're
always gonna make excuses.
Defenses for this. Yo, dude, a father would never get this. Understand this shit. Dudes get dragged for less. His dad could have not been there. He could have paid all the child support payments on fucking time and did his fucking part on the legal end and everything. He would have still got dragged worse than this by these same type broads.
Yeah. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Okay, here's hope. Shit, man, I be one black women. Marquetta, she says, I'm sorry, but my man can't show this much raw emotions and me not break down with him or embrace him to comfort him through it. And that's nice. We need more sisters like that because men got to be able to feel, emotionally secure. We got to be strong in a certain way, more so than anybody else. But at the same time, like, you got to unload some of that shit.
Look, I don't want to be strong no more. Fuck it.
Oh man, shit, that shit gets old.
Very.
That shit really does get old, and you're just carrying the weight of everything else. Just everybody else is whatever people is throwing on you and shit. You just carry that shit. A lot of the time, we'll listen to women and shit talk about their hurt and express like their traumas and shit in life.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go on to try to, help them heal from that shit. And we ain't even get a fucking listen or a concern or an ask or a fucking query ever. And we grow up through life actually trying to, be these types of good men for females that we're told we're supposed to be. And helping females heal through pain. Like, it's crazy, man.
Oh, okay. I can better that. They'll listen to you. They acknowledge what was wrong, but then they'll snap out and be like, oh, man.
Throw that shit in your face.
And she was hurt, though, or this, just to make you feel like.
Oh, yeah, they'll do kind of like what they're doing here. They'll probably offer the same type of kind of defense and stuff like, yeah, but that's your mom and all that type of shit. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Sad.
Let's see. Get a couple more of these comments because, man, every time I read one, I get more pissed. This chick said, kind of touching on what you just said, which is crazy. That was one of the realest moments on this show. Kudos to Scrappy for sharing and being vulnerable. More of our men need to need to open up and share what they've been through. Helping and healing is possible. And it's really not that fucking easy.
Because that's a double-edged sword.
It really is, because you can sit here and get looked at, right in the face and shit when you're bearing your fucking soul by your own mom, and your mom just sitting there like, wow, like, really? Like,
I
okay.
raised a pussy.
Yeah, they edited the fuck out of that scene because she ain't give them nothing. She ain't give a fuck
at all.
That was the hardest thing and shit to just, man, and just to know, just like Ben B said up top and shit, just move on with their fucking life. Like, she's popping now. She's on IG. She got all the followers. She over here 60 years old getting butt lifts and titty jobs and shit. She off of his back, you know what I'm saying, pretty much, because he the one that kind of put him on that, that level for the family. So she's off. It don't even fucking matter. But he got to live with all that shit. He got to live with all the trauma and shit that he grew up that he wasn't supposed to see, and just different shit. Like, I don't think people know what that's like to grow up and shit with gunshots, breezing past your window and shit, or gunshots sounding like they right outside, and just that type of drama. I don't know if people really understand that shit.
No.
Like, they think that shit they think it's cool. Like, for some reason, like, it's kind of like glorified today for some reason. They think like being from the hood type shit and all that is cool. And I be having to check niggas a lot because a lot of niggas write me off as a square and all this shit. But I'm like, you motherfuckers are out here proud. Like, I came from that shit. Like, I was in fucking DC in the 80s. I know what it's like to walk out of my fucking house or our apartment for school, and it's a fucking crime scene in front of my door. And I know what it's like to be fucking told that, oh yeah, nah, you can't wear these certain shoes because you could probably lose your life. When them Jordans first came out, like, man, you get your shit knocked off for those Jordans.
Yes, sir.
Where I was from, and it was really going down like that. Like, that shit, like, man. And I be looking at a lot of motherfuckers now today and shit that kind of like choose that environment.
Mm-hmm.
And then act like they're owed something because, and I'm like, man, like, y'all don't know what it's like to be born into hell. And you grow past that, or you get away from that shit, and then you have motherfuckers looking at you like you square or whatever because they deal with like knucklehead nonsense that they didn't even have to fucking deal with. I don't know. I just think that whole aspect is really glorified and shit. You hear it too often in rap songs. Like the story that Scrappy just told and shit with hurt in his eyes and shit is the same shit that these young rappers act like they're privileged to come from.
Man, because you know why? Look, when you're young and stuff like that, you're usually drinking and you're doing some type of drug, so you're escaping from reality. But when you get older and you stop doing them drugs, you stop drinking that alcohol, your mind is gonna start fucking with you, and you're gonna remember all that stuff that hurt you, and that drug and that alcohol ain't gonna be there to save you, and you're gonna have to dwell in all that pain and all that shit you went through. And that's what's gonna fuck with him. That's what's fucking with Scrappy. Like, he's growing up, so now he doesn't have to take that drink. He doesn't have to take that smoke to escape from the problems that he went through with his mom. Man, that I've seen it.
Peep the credit that Mama D gets on this comment from a lady named Lita. I love Scrap and Mama D. Even though they may have been in an environment that scarred him mentally, she protected him from worse physical abuse. He was able to sleep with her while undesirable people were around. Like, boy, if you don't get the... Oh! mean, man, what is wrong with these broads, man? Like, oh my fuck. I don't really know what the fuck to say. I'm not gonna read any motherfucking more comments on this shit.
Yeah, don't read no more.
Motherfuckers gonna make me wanna holler. Cause I can't believe this shit. Oh my god, like the excuses.
That's how it be.
That's wild. That is wild. I've seen cases where like dads were like there and just struggled a little bit, and they caught more hell for like missing a birthday or something, or a soccer game or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He was like, oh well, even though they were in a crack house with undesirable people around, at least she slept with them. Bitch. A father would never get that type of pass with his daughter. Let's just switch it completely around and shit. Make that a father and his daughter. You never get that pass. Let somebody find out I got my daughter over here in a crack house with hoes running all through this motherfucker. It's a wrap. Nigga, my door's fucking kicked in. Man. I'm on Fox 5, every fucking news station and shit.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh well, at least he kept Phoenix in the bed with him, so when them people was around, you know. Nobody trying to hear that shit.
Hell no.
The fuck out of here. Fucking insane.
It's bullshit.
And we live in a fucking insane fucking time. That was just sad to see kind of play out. And then what's even sadder and shit is the fucking passes that females constantly give each other for this same type of fucking dysfunction.
What do you expect? It's a war out here, and they gotta defend each other.
Yeah, some shit is just beyond that shit though, and I think it's gonna take men to just be more forthcoming, even though it's hard. But it's gonna take men to start speaking out on this shit and leveling the playing field. Because if we have standards for men have a standard that never changes, and women have a standard, but they get assumed credit. For some reason, we just feel like we can't say shit about our moms not being shit when they weren't shit.
Yeah.
She'd have been better off putting him up for adoption.
So true.
Or shit, these hoes love to talk my body, my choice. But they'll drag a kid through crack houses and shootouts and shit before they get an abortion. They just don't want men to be able to say, oh, nah, you can't get an abortion if you want one.
Yeah.
It's fucking asinine. But, yeah, I don't know. Shit, we can wrap it up or whatever. I just wanted to touch on that real quick.
I thank everybody for who came to the live. I really appreciate you wholeheartedly. I thank you. We thank you. So, by that note, that's over there. Oops, wrong finger. That over there is Jay Almighty. Geraldine, 2 names. I'm Super Dope Keys. And you just been Chin Check.
Bye!
Chill. Sick dog. Baby. It's Mr. Madness, baby. Marbury. Dick Jones. And now they call me Fire. That's right. Yeah, that's what they call me now. Fire. Oh. Come on. Chill. If you're gon' store something, stored it. I thought I told you. Don't want it with me, dog. West side be the hardest, regardless of all of the stress and strife. I'ma try to hold on to my precious life. So if the cops come around to arrest us, right, yo, they better be prepared for a fight tonight. Cause if it's on and something ain't right in here, I'ma do my best to make one of them disappear. So if it's clear, keep it moving, shorty. Cause we didn't come here to fight, yo, we just came to party. Then take somebody home, cause we just trying to keep it crunk tonight. And anybody out of line getting stumped tonight. That's right. So don't let the suits fool you, cause I got something out in the trunk to shoot through you. It's funny cause I ain't got nothing to prove to you, and you don't really want it with me, dog, now do you? Oh, why you wanna play them games? Stop playing them. Why you wanna hate on me? Why you hate, dog? I just wanna do my thing. Just wanna do me, man. Why you wanna hate on me? Chill. I'm not the one to blame. Don't blame me, man. Why you wanna hate on me? And a damn thing gon' change, so why you wanna hate on me? Why you hating on me? I don't understand. Could it be because your girl think that I'm the man? Or could it be because your mom is my biggest fan? And your sister keeps saying, can she touch my hand? Dog, I don't even want no beat. And I don't think you really wanna see me on those streets. I don't think you wanna see me pull in front of your place with the heat and pull that thing out in front of your face. See, every different place I hit, 6 chicks wanna roll. But it ain't because of me, it's cause my record went gold. But back then when I couldn't get no show, that's the same time when I couldn't get no hoe. But now I'm putting up a high type figures. Now I got these white girls saying I like niggas. I'm guessing that's what happens when you're rhyme type nigga. That's why I'm trying to stay up in the limelight, nigga. Jigga. Why you wanna play them games? Why you playing, dog? Oh, why you hate, man? I just wanna do my thing. I just wanna why you wanna hate on me? What? I'm not the one to blame. I'm not. Hey, wait a minute. I am not the one to blame. Ain't a damn thing gon' change. Ain't it gon' change? Why you wanna play that game? Every time you do a song, you gotta say my name. I was letting it go, but now I gotta put a stop to that. Cause fake rappers get popped for that, and they gon' have to call the cops for that. Black nigga, cause when it's problems, I'm on top of that. I keep a strap like a dyke do down in Midtown. If you're standing around, then you're bound to get clown. So duck down, dog, cause these jokers is wild. But they can do nothing to me but have a coconut smile. I know they foul, even though most of them hitting the white line. They might write tight lines, yeah, but they ain't like mine. So please, dog, don't even compare yourself. And you can talk about it if you ain't been near yourself. So if you want a battle, you better prepare yourself. I have your ass get to dare yourself, fake ass niggas. Oh, why you wanna play them games? Why you playing them? Why you wanna hate on me? Why me, dog? I just wanna do my thing. I just wanna do me, man. Why you wanna hate? Why you hate, man? I'm not the one to blame. I am not the one to blame on me. Ain't a damn thing gon' change. So why you wanna hate on me? Why you wanna play them games? Why you wanna hate on me? Why you hate, man? I just wanna do my thing. I just wanna do me, man. Why you wanna hate on me? I just wanna do me. I am not the one to blame. Oh, ain't a damn thing gon' change. So why you wanna hate on me? Dog. Oh, why you hate, man? This goes out to everybody that hate. Fire and ice, baby. It ain't on. It really ain't no limit right here. I just really don't understand why you hating or why she hating. Why that nigga over there hate? Wait a minute. Everybody talking about niggas hating. Niggas don't hate no more, man. Niggas just disgruntled. Niggas just disgusted with you. Man, I just don't even understand how this all goes